Hey, if this video goes out to anyone else that it wasn't originally intended for, hey Rashad, hey Brandy, hey Sanju, I am Disco Poet Khari B, aka the Vegan Gangsta, and welcome to my Disco Pantry. I'm going to do this for the first time. It's kind of short. I guess it might be my second short brief on how to do a vegan fettuccine Alfredo, and it'll be done out of cashews, and this is quarantine cooking, so pardon the lack of shaving and all of that kind of stuff, but we're gonna get started and let you see how this goes. So one of the first things, fettuccine Alfredo, you obviously are gonna need some fettuccine. So I've got some that are already boiled up. However, I haven't drained it yet because I want you all to be hip to this process. What I'm doing is draining into a colander into a pot because I want to reserve the water, and the water is what we're going to use to make the sauce. It's starchy from the pasta, and it gives it a really thick, and it gives it the body, it gives it that body. Rinse your pasta off, get off the excess starch and things. Want to throw it around a couple times. Wooden spatula. This process will stop it from cooking, and also rinse off some of the starch that you just don't need, converting into sugars and doing all that in your body. And it'll keep it, most importantly, from sticking. Depending on how much you're cooking for. Some of you all would just be cooking for yourselves. Some of y'all be cooking for a bunch of other people, like I'm doing right now. So once you rinse it, go ahead and transfer it to another bowl, like so. And hit it with a little oil. I'll be using grapeseed oil instead of the more commonly used olive oil. And the reason why is because we're going to likely throw this on some heat again, and olive oil turns toxic over a certain temperature. And who wants toxic oil in their system? So we're going to use a grapeseed oil, which has a higher burning point, and very little flavor. It's a very mild flavored oil. And then just mix it around a little bit. That's all. Boom. Still nice and hot. So when you serve it, it will be hot, but you can actually sit on this for a while. You can let it cool down, depending on what time dinner or lunch or whatever you're cooking for is. So I'm just gonna mix it a little bit, and that's that. On that, our pasta is ready. But if you don't know how to cook pasta, I can't hold it against you. Everybody don't know how to do it. So there's our pasta. We're gonna put it to the side and get started on the sauce. For this particular version of the sauce, and shout out to Craig Alexander. That's his old school disco mix playing in the background. House music forever for the peoples. For this particular mix, we're going to do a cup of cashews, and 3 cups of this, preferably the starchy water. So I saved some of the water. I still got some in the pot, and that's just what we're gonna hook up right now. Again, we're gonna do a cup of cashews. I like to use the raw cashews. Here it is, just a big old bag of raw cashews. Try to find them somewhere you can get a non-GMO version. Get them somewhere you can get a non-GMO version, and make sure you're not giving yourself any undue poisons that you don't need in your system. So I've added 1 cup of cashews into my blender. This is a high-speed blender, and it's totally dry. Nothing's in there. What I'm going to do first is put the top on there, and then we're going to blend it down into a fine powder. So we did the blend. Kind of sticks to the sides. It's all right. You can scrape it if you want, but the way this particular blender works, it'll handle the business anyway. But I like, just as a precaution, to scrape down those sides and make sure that everything gets properly incorporated when we do the blending of the sauce. But if you look in there, you'll see how fine the blender did. I absolutely love this blender. I'm not necessarily endorsing it because ain't nobody paid me for no endorsement, but wow, there's what it turns it into a complete fine powder. And it'll start turning into a paste if I keep it going as it heats up the cashews, the powder, and starts to release those oils. So that's another reason I'm scraping off the side, because I don't want it to turn into that paste before it incorporates with the water. So we got 1 cup of the cashews, and then 3 cups of the water. We're also going to add a technically 4 teaspoons of nutritional yeast. This is nutritional yeast I use. You can get it in bulk in some places. I get this handy dandy package out of one of my favorite grocery stores, and yeah, you want to get about 4 teaspoons in this particular recipe. I'm not going to pull out the spoon. A lot of times, like many people of color, cook by spirit. So I know about the measurement of 4 tablespoons. I got my little half cup thing here, and I'm going to get it right. That'll do. The ancestors will let me know how much just to put in, but for recipe purposes, for this recipe, we're going to use about 4 tablespoons. Now that I've got that in there, I'm going to drop in a couple of cloves of garlic. You can put in as much garlic as you like, depending on, but especially since we're doing this is during the quarantine, I'm putting plenty of garlic. Garlic is an antibacterial, antifungal agent, so you want to use as much garlic in all your recipes as you possibly can. So I got plenty in here. Plus, who don't love the taste of garlic? And we quarantine, so you can eat all the garlic you want and not worry about offending nobody. So we got that. Now we need our 3 cups of starchy water. So this is what some of just what we collected from the pasta. That's the pasta water. Now what I've done is I'm gonna put in 2 cups already. I'm going to start it blending and then add that last cup as it's blending. So so that I make sure that it, we want the incorporation as thorough as possible. Also, with this blender we do while it's just incorporating the ingredients inside, it's also going to heat it up because it's from the friction going so fast. So putting it on the stove is not necessarily a necessary step. But if you have a blender that's not so high end, then you blend the stuff and warm it on the stove with the pasta for a couple of minutes and you're gonna have it done. But I'm gonna do all the warming right in the blender. You also want to add your seasonings at this point, the salt, and keeping it simple. I'm dropping in some freshly ground pepper, some fresh ground pink salt, and a little 21 Salute seasoning, which is just a multi-spice mix blend. And again, the ancestors will guide me on how much to put in. I always suggest that people undersalt, because when you're cooking for other folks, some folks in our community will start putting salt on a plate before they even taste what it tastes like. If you know your audience, you want to get everything perfectly seasoned and allow them to fully experience that moment. But you can always put more. You can never take away. So you want to put a lot of times, especially when I'm cooking for other people, I'm going to undersalt things just because let people find their own level of salinity that they like. You like that? And I did probably a teaspoon of each in this. If you all are measuring, get about a teaspoon of each. And again, we can add some more if necessary. Plus, the nutritional yeast is has a saltiness about itself anyway. So that's that. Let's get this in. The last ingredient that I didn't add was lemon juice. So this is just my lemon juicer. Just lemon, put it in, and squeeze about a tablespoon or two. Great antioxidant, and it just gives it a nice snappy flavor. There we go. Ha! And so I'm gonna run it through the blender one more again, and it should be perfect. Okay, so we've got it done. This is gave me about, what's that say? Gave me just about a liter of Alfredo sauce, and that's it. It's like that simple. I'm gonna serve it with sauteed spinach, garlic and spinach, and I'm going and a salad. I would put some, it's nice to put some French bread on there. That's how I served it the other day when I did a meal service. But these just got to go out. So folks gonna have to get their own damn bread. But that's about it. Adjust your spices, adjust your spices necessary, and you've got a really bomb Alfredo sauce. And that's that. I think I'm gonna let you see me do the final plates, and leave it at that. I hope you enjoyed, learned something, and saw how absolutely easy this recipe is, and impressive. It's actually impressive when you have your friends. You don't even have to tell them that it's not. Just tell them you're using cashews. So for all these new age people who got nut allergies and such, you got to be careful for them. Look out for your folks. But you ain't even got to tell them that it's a completely vegan, plant-based Alfredo sauce. They're gonna love it anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna show you when I played it. So let me. So there is the finished product, boys and girls. Obviously, this is to go. I put the plates together. It's this particular date. I don't know when you're watching it, but in the date this is made. This was my mother and sister's Earth Day. So I'm taking them plates, and since we all drawn down into stay at home kind of thing. So they got some to-go plates and all of that jazz. And yeah, that's it. That's how it looks. Vegan Fettuccini Alfredo, cashew, sauteed spinach, and a nice little side salad. And this is going to moms and a couple other special people in my life. And I hope you got what you need to get out of this. Appreciate y'all watching. See you next time. Peace. Vegan Gangsta.